You guys keep your shitty Rogue One movie. I got my great Assassin's Creed movie. Oh, yeah.
The Macho Mandalorian is here. Oh, yeah.
What's up, guys? Django Fett here, hunting down games, comics, TV shows, movies, and more. And the new Assassin's Creed movie is finally out. As a big Assassin's Creed fan, I was looking forward to it. Loved Assassin's Creed 1 through 4. Don't even want to bother with the 5 and 6, or Rogue and whatever. Okay, don't even want to bother with those. But I was a little invigorated, and I did Assassin's Creed reviews for Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood. Please check that out. The link's down below in the description. Please check those out. Was really looking forward to this. And how is this movie overall, as an Assassin's Creed fan, going in? It's pretty bad. It is awful. Alright, so the plot pretty much is that the Templar, known as Abstergo, are trying to take the Apple of Eden. They're trying to find it, so they capture assassins. They go their past. The assassins go to their ancestors' past to see where the Apple of Eden is. They find Michael Fassbender's character, and they capture him. He goes to the Animus, and the Animus is like something like Long Claw that you attack instead of like a bench, which I think would have been a better thing. It was cool at first, but the way they pulled it off just didn't make any sense. Like the simplest things, like rolling, that would mess this whole anal probe thing or whatever. Just it'll be destroyed, you know. Just the simplest things, it really wouldn't work. So I think they should have just went with the table, been easier with that. Instead, they wasted more money and time into that Animus thing. So that's pretty much the gist of it. If you played Assassin's Creed, you pretty much understand it. I just couldn't get behind any of this movie. As an Assassin's Creed fan, it wasn't good. It just wasn't good at all. I thought at least Michael Fassbender would be good, and a couple of the actors, but they were all mostly flat and dry. And these are great actors too. And they were just absolutely dull. I think it was the writing and the way they deliver their lines, which is just so bad. I think that was what didn't help. But it just ended up being a really boring movie overall. Very boring. And compared to other Assassin's Creed games like Brotherhood or 2, those are exciting games with an amazing assassin character. This one doesn't have that. It's a boring character. Probably even more boring than Connor, which is saying a lot. Plus, the majority of this movie is set in the present than in the past. That's the interesting bits. The past, not the present. 3/4 of this movie is in the present. A quarter is in the past. What the fuck? Desmond doesn't make Assassin's Creed interesting. Fucking the assassins like Altair, Ezio, even fucking Connor, okay? They make it interesting. Not fucking Desmond, alright? And Michael Fassbender isn't. I like Michael Fassbender, but he wasn't good in this movie, okay? He wasn't good in this movie. He kind of tried, but his delivery was just really bad. Most of these actors' acting was just really bad. That's a complete 180 from what they usually are. They're usually great actors. Did these guys not do their research? Did they not do their research? Like, I don't get it. Like, it seems like the Warcraft team, great fucking movie. They did the research, they really delved into the lore, they really played the game. You could tell they, like, all these guys played the game, understood the lore. Assassin's Creed, they don't get it. They somewhat got it, but it was mainly just some guy who wrote the script and delivered it to these head honchos, these suits, and they're like, okay, let's go with it. Get any random Joe on the street and to direct this movie. And that's where they went with it. And they do the most mind-boggling things and contradict the video game universe, which I don't get. I understand this movie has to be something different. I totally understand that. It can't be the same thing. But that would have been more interesting to see Ezio on the big screen than it would be seeing Caleb Lynch or whatever. They contradict. Like the simplest things. I got that right away as a huge Assassin's Creed fan. And you're basically not only alienating the audience who don't understand what the hell is going on, you're also alienating the Assassin's Creed fan base. Not cool. And most of the time in this movie, I didn't know what was going on. I had no idea. And this is coming from a huge Assassin's Creed fan. I had no idea how to keep up with all of this that was going on. And the Spain sections, when they went back into the past with Spain, those were all right. Okay, those were all right. I like that. But they were so short and little. There was just little to be had. Plus, they looked ugly, super ugly. I know it's set during the Inquisition. It was an ugly time, but they had like this really weird visual effect where there was just like all of this smoke in the city. Like, I would understand if that was the industrial time, but this is back in the 15th century. Why is there all of this smoke just everywhere? Like, it's just ruins the movie for me. I was just like, oh my god, I just cannot look at this movie without having a fucking headache. It just looked ugly. And you would think that the action would be good. You think the action would be at least good. You know what I mean? From what you've seen from the trailers, it would be semi-decent. You couldn't be more wrong, because man, the action scenes in this movie are awful. Choreographed, awful. And visually, they just look ugly to look at. I know they were trying to do the parkour combination, but they would have been better if it was more practical instead of all of this visual mumbo jumbo CGI mess that was going on. And when they were doing these chase scenes, I couldn't keep up. The CGI and the way they were running on the roofs, and it looked atrocious. I couldn't keep up. I could not keep up for the life. Maybe it doesn't help that I have really bad eyesight, but it just didn't look good at all. I just can't keep up with all this shit. Just problem after problem after problem with this movie. And it's just a shame, because it had somewhat promise, and plus it had good actors like Michael Fassbender. I don't know where... I don't get it. These guys just didn't understand anything with Assassin's Creed, and when you don't have a dedicated team doing a video game adaptation, it's gonna suffer, and it's gonna fall apart. Warcraft didn't do that. I love Warcraft. I think that's still the best video game adaptation ever, and that's from a dedicated team right there. Plus, it was a fun movie, an enjoyable ride. This one is just, there's no fun to be had. There is nothing, and it's just convoluted, confusing. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess with this movie, and I'm kind of not surprised, because all the ratings and everything that gave this movie, I'm not surprised at this point with another video game adaptation that ends up being bad. I just thought that after Warcraft, we'd take another step up for video game movies, because I really enjoyed the hell out of Warcraft. I wanted to see something where we'd see another great adaptation, video game adaptation. And guess what? We went backwards again. We went backwards. So I think you know where I'm going with this. Assassin's Creed the movie gets a... Kind of disappointing as a Assassin's Creed fan. But I am looking forward to Assassin's Creed Empire, the video game that's coming out next year, set in ancient Egypt. Holy shit, I'm actually going to get back into Assassin's Creed because of that. It's going to be the time of Egypt, man, with the Mummy movie, which I don't give a shit about, and Assassin's Creed Empire. I'm going to really watch the old Mummy movies again next year as well. I got to point this out, but the marketing for this movie was awful. It was dead. It was abysmal with this movie. I saw literally nothing with Assassin's Creed. Nothing. Commercials and anything. Nothing. And they just marketed this movie like it was going to be bad. And the fact that this movie is PG-13 instead of rated R says a lot right there. The games have always been mature and had blood, okay? This one, they like kill people in such savage ways, but there's like no blood. I saw literally no blood, just so they could have that PG-13 rating. And that's lazy. That's lazy as fuck. Just so they can get more money. But guess what? You're not gonna make jack shit in the box office. You're gonna bomb. And you know why? Because of this. Okay, so literally a week before Assassin's Creed, one of the biggest releases, Rogue One, came out. Rogue One. It's already made $300 million in the box office right now. Okay? It's killing it in the box office because it's Star Wars. A week later, or a couple days later, you have Passengers, Sing, Patriots Day with Mark Wahlberg, and Assassin's Creed. Are you telling me that you have to compete with Rogue One, Passengers, Sing, Patriots Day. You have to compete with all of them? Yeah, good luck. Because your budget is $125 million. And guess how much you made in the box office the first weekend? $22 million. And your budget is about 125 to 150. You made $36 million. Good luck making that total profit. I know it was Christmas time. A lot of people bought into that. But you still have this weekend coming up. You have probably 3 more weekends of January. And you're telling me you have to compete with Rogue One, Passengers, Sing, and Patriots Day. Good fucking luck. Because even Sing, an animated children's film about people singing and competing in a contest, is gonna do better than fucking Assassin's Creed because it's an animated movie. It's gonna do fucking better because a lot of kids are gonna be taken by their parents, and a lot of kids are gonna be seeing this film. And those animated films make a lot of money, so it's most likely they're gonna make a bunch of money off that. They're probably gonna be number 2 or 3 in the box office for the next couple weekends. Assassin's Creed, you'll probably be in last place most likely. You're gonna bomb hard, just like you did this weekend. I mean, this happened last year with fucking Hateful Eight. They put their movie out a week after, or a couple weeks after Force Awakens, and they bombed. They didn't do very good. I think the DVD sales kind of saved it, but in the end, they didn't do good because of the marketing and the release date. Who fucking puts their movie next to a Star Wars release date? It makes no fucking sense. Use your fucking heads. Use your fucking heads. Don't put your movie next to Star Wars. Don't fucking do it. Not the week before, not the fucking week after. So that's what you guys should do. Don't put your movie next to Star Wars. Period. Well, thank God this year is over, because now I can move on to my top 10 list, I think. So I'll start off with my top 10, actually top 8 TV shows of 2016. I couldn't find 10 TV shows that I loved last year, even though it was a good year for TV shows. I will do a top 8 TV shows, will be my first top 10 list, top 8. And then I'll do top 10 movies, and then do top 10 games. The games is going to take a little bit longer, but that's going to be all for the month of January, so look forward to that on my channel. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you you also noticed the Xavier shirt. This was actually from the X-Men Funko box. If you want to check out that video, the link will be down below in the description. There's a couple of cool things that I got in the box, so please check out that video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to please press that like button, comment below, tell me what you think of Assassin's Creed the movie, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Django Fett, and I'll see you, my fellow Mandalorian brothers and sisters, next time. Oh, yeah!